Well, CMHC definitely gave us something to talk about this morning, announcing some huge changes that are going to come into effect on July 1st. And I wanted to quickly explain and dissect exactly what those changes mean and who those changes are going to affect. So to begin with, to be clear, this is CMHC, Canada Housing Mortgage Corporation, which is a Crown corporation. Okay, and what they're changing are rules around what we call high ratio mortgages, which are mortgages with less than 20% down. So this is what we sometimes call insured mortgages, but it's only affecting those mortgages. Okay. Now, the three changes that were announced was a reduction from the debt servicing ratio from 39% to 35%. And that's a pretty significant drop. By my estimate, it's about a 14% drop in borrowing capacity. And I use a little trick when I'm assessing an application. Prior to the changes, per $100,000 of household income, assuming no debt, a borrower would qualify for roughly 4.75 times their income. So at the moment, you qualify for about $475,000 of mortgage money. After July 1st, with the changes that are being announced, that number is going to reduce from 4.75 to about 4.1. So a borrower with $100,000 of household income is now going to qualify for only $410,000. That's a pretty significant drop, especially in a market like Toronto, where everything is kind of out of reach for a lot of first-time home buyers. So I think it's a little bit heavy-handed, but that's the decision of the Crown Corporation to protect Canadian taxpayers. What else are they changing? They're also increasing the minimum beacon score requirement from 600 to 680. Truthfully, not a big deal because most lenders required a 680 beacon score anyway, so that's not a big deal. And the third change is that they will no longer permit borrowed down payment. And that was a very odd circumstance where a borrower would use a line of credit to borrow for the down payment. Rarely worked anyways, but they're eliminating that. So no more borrowed down payment. Now, this again is an announcement by CMHC. So it's the actual Crown Corporation that's making these announcements. It's not the Ministry of Finance that's making these changes. And the significance of this is that we also have two private mortgage insurers in Canada. They are Genworth Canada and Canada Guaranty. And neither of those insurers at the moment have made any moves or announcements that they're going to follow suit, and they're not obligated to do so either. So it'll be interesting to see how this changes in the coming months. But I wanted to stop by this morning to break it down for you. And as always, if there are any questions, please let me know. Happy to address them for you.